Copper futures are trading at $5.72 per pound on COMEX today, and JP Morgan expects copper to hit $12,500 per metric ton in Q2 2026, with an average of $12,075 for the full year. Welcome to the Sybertrader Copper Update, sponsored by TCU29. TCU29 is a first-of-its-kind RWA copper token, fully collateralized by in-ground, independently verified copper reserves, and pegged directly to the real-time price per pound of copper. By tokenizing real in-ground copper reserves, it gives investors pure copper price correlation, instant liquidity, and long-term intrinsic value, making it a modern and superior hedge against global copper volatility. Learn more at tcu29.io and trade on centralized exchanges Femex or Bitmart. According to a report published by Chronicle Journal Markets, the global copper market has been hit by a convergence of supply shocks that analysts are calling a geopolitical worst-case scenario. The military-driven closure of the Strait of Hormuz has halted the flow of approximately 40,000 tons of copper cathode per month, most of it destined for wire rod producers in the UAE and the broader Gulf Cooperation Council region, with alternative ports like Khor Fakkan and Fujairah already at maximum capacity. But the strait closure is only half the story. Heavy flooding caused the collapse of the Kasumbalesa Bridge, a critical transport artery on the border south of Zambia, cutting off a key logistics route for copper moving out of the Central African Copper Belt. The DRC and Zambia are projected to supply over 26% of global copper exports, and both nations depend heavily on Middle Eastern chemical exports to run their operations. With that supply blocked, analysts are warning of a so-called sulfur famine that could paralyze production across the copper belt. LME copper prices surged past $13,000 per ton in response, and analysts say the market is no longer facing a manageable deficit, but a potential systemic shock. The report draws a stark historical comparison, noting that while the 2021 Suez Canal blockage was a temporary physical obstruction, the Hormuz closure is a geopolitical maneuver with no clear end date, making the long-term implications far more severe. Looking ahead, analysts say the crisis could accelerate the completion of the US and EU-backed Lobito Corridor rail project designed to bypass traditional Eastern African ports, while also driving a surge in copper recycling and new leaching technologies that reduce acid dependency. That's your Sybertrader Copper Update. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe for the latest news on copper.